Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Gemini June 2024 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel St. James, clairvoyant. Well, this month we have an interesting deck. It was given to me very generously by someone about, 4 or 5 years ago, I suppose, called Dreamkeeper from memory. And look, it just didn't do anything for me at the start, but then 6 months ago it was like, boom, the blinders were taken off and the light shone down, and now it is exceedingly accurate. And so I'm very happy to use it for you, and we're going to have a look at the interesting artwork on it as well. Now, over the course of the last month, I have, for a lot of people, and some Geminis as well, provided one-on-one clairvoyant readings for people from different countries over FaceTime and Skype. And if you want to look at what might be involved in that, just have a look at the description below. Now, I don't really use much tarot at all in that. It's really more clairvoyant as to what is happening or going to happen for you, is what I should say. And I charge for that. It's set out in the description. But what I don't charge for, and which I've also provided to people very happily over the last month, is the spiritual gift of healing, which was provided to me at birth, whereby I act as the fiber optic cable, if you like, between being itself and maybe you. And the healing comes through me and not from me, as you would understand. So there might be some emotional or psychological or physical issue that you're concerned about. It could be just your end of your tether about something, or concerned about work and things. Then I would encourage you, if you are of the mind to just reach out to me. I'm very gladly prepared to do it. I set time aside each day for healings, and I am to receive nothing in return for it, so it's free. There's no obligation. Nothing will be sold to you. You won't be talked into having a reading, and nothing is going to be suggested to be spent with me or anybody else. So please do take advantage of it. It's my sole contract and duty spiritually to provide it. Now we're going to take 5 cards. Great to see the subscribers again. Incidentally, I love seeing you. Truly I do. Thanks for inviting me into your home or into your workplace, now, as the case may be. Now, we're going to take 5 cards, and that's all we need, because they speak volumes to us. So let's see what's here and show me the magic. The Lovers. It's a great Gemini card, the Lovers. There is the... well, I won't give anything more away about it now. There is the 8 of Wands. What happens to be here? What is this? There's the 6 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles. Gee, that's an interesting artwork. I want something from down around this bottom area. For you, finally, it is the King of Cups. Well, as is our usual practice, why don't you come? I'll bring the camera around. You and I can have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while the energy speaks to us both, and I'll do the reading for you. Now, a very successful month for you by the looks of it. Now, I said this was a Gemini card, didn't I? It's a good Gemini card, this. And let's have a look at the painting that's here. Let's see what's going on. Now, 2 lovers. They're sort of revealing to one another their truest, innermost selves, I think. Now, as often happens, fate has brought them together, but what unites them is their mutual conscious choice to intimately connect. Now, she looks like she is revealing that her alliance to the forces that influence the mysteries of existence, I would say, the effects of which are subtle and even not totally within her control. And I look at these cards that are on his shirt here, and I think what he's doing is he is admitting to a sense of not being as strong as his exterior would suggest, for inside he is a house of cards, maybe more fragile than he lets on. And these birds, well, they're messengers, I suppose, and they are holding in their beaks the faces of the two lovers, tokens of the identities that they have created for themselves, like actors in their lives. Now, the Gemini aspect of creation is that of polarization of the divine spirit, the creation of opposites, which is necessary in order that things can be attracted to one another and thereby become fruitful and create more matter and life. So the merging of opposites, I think, is the real underlying theme of this card. Now, I have to say here that this could well be speaking of a relationship in your life, or in the life of someone that's related to you. This can indicate a wonderful renewal of a relationship. I think here there is a relationship of love, romance, passion, or friendship. It can also indicate someone with whom you have a very close love bond, maybe a family member or a work or creative partner. Whether they're around now or they're certainly going to be turning up very soon is what I'm getting here. But this does represent that attractive force that draws two things together in relationship, whether they're people, ideas, movements, groups, events. I think here also there is the feeling around of an ideal partnership and the urge to draw the blessings and the life energy that such a partnership really contains. This is asking you to invigorate yourself with this impulse here, bringing about deeper joy and love, and it's encouraging you to allow yourself to be lost in love. When love calls, you must follow him wherever he takes you. However dangerous and treacherous that can sometimes turn out to be, got to go with love. Now that doesn't, this applies, I think, to love relationships in particular, but also within your own personal sphere. Now, on an inner level, I think this is talking about you needing to open yourself up to a deeper spiritual understanding, to allow yourself to be carried along with the flow and energy of the absolute, to submit for a time to the enticing kiss of the unknown, and to get lost in the ecstasy and wonder of life. This can also mean that two opposing things need to be reconciled, I think. This could be a relationship, or it could apply on a personal level. I think there could also be here the need to make a clear choice between something. There's a decision point that's here, where you've got to choose between opposing choices and commit to that path that you do choose. Now, often a decision has to be made in order that you know where you stand, because this is also about inner completeness, bringing together and reconciling your spiritual source and overcoming your fears and loving yourself. Do you know, if you love yourself, you become attractive to other people. Now, I do have to say this. This is saying also to express your personal sexuality. Now, if you're not with someone, that's okay. You can still enjoy sexuality. Sexual love is a way in which you can detach from egocentric awareness or ideas and just open yourself up and blend with someone else physically. I think it could be that you're almost here on the threshold of getting a wider perspective of reality here as well. And I think that this indicates that you have met or could well soon meet with a person or a project or a challenge that you are just going to fall in love with. And you will instinctively know that, because this will inspire you when it turns up. even if that means you moving away from your current path. Now, there is in addition a really great sort of complementary energy to that, I think, found here in this card. Gee, I love the artwork on this. Now, here's a couple of women who are standing there and obviously in sync with one another because they're holding together this jar, and inside of it is the moon, which is of the feminine instinct, of course. And there are out here pentacles, which are speaking of power, union. These butterflies, which are carrying them and allowing them to soar and move forward. Because I think now that you've got the direction that you need, you've been thinking about things, but now you've got the direction in which to head. Why do I say that? Because it's Mars in Capricorn that I see here. Now, Mars happens to be exalted in Capricorn, so it's a very constructive energy to be applied. And in Capricorn, it is applied to physical things, to social standing, to business, to money, to standard of living, to those things that make you, I just love things. You've got a great ambition with you now, and this is saying that this is the time to get things happening here. I think there is now also something here that is speaking of a real increased sense of your confidence and identity in order to push things forward. And you've got to move off a firm foundation. And that is a result of planning and preparation. That's coming along here. And obviously you've got to be, as Capricorn does, have a willingness to work steadily in order to assert the power of growth. Now, this period of stability coming ahead of you, well, that's worth working for to achieve long-term wishes. This is definitely talking about the crystallization, the coming together, the happening of a desire, a project, or a situation through putting in the hard work now. That's actually going to really provide the harvest. I think what's happening here is that it's a fact that demanding work may soon be necessary for you to bring about your desires. But there's nothing unusual in that, is there? You see, by organizing your resources and engaging in the joy of creativity, well, you're going to succeed. And this is saying that the time is right now to build the structures that allow you to have success. I think this is talking about the full use of all of your energies in a situation, and be targeted. Don't scatter your energy. Now, the gradual progression that you get through hard work is, well, I think that's being rewarded here. It's asking you to go step by step, because this continuous, steady labor, that's actually the act of creation itself. This could also refer, I think, to, and does, speak of works of art for some reason. Maybe you're interested in artistic pursuits, and there's a project, a passion that's at hand. It is this passion, really more than a financial reward, I suppose, in this area, that's really pushing you forward. Anyway, this is great energy for you. And this forward motion, this ability here, this great direction that you're now coming to go and achieve material success, is requiring you, I think, to actually move quickly. Because this is Mercury in, well, let's have a look at it. This is Mercury in, what would it be here? Sagittarius. Well, Mercury is that flighty planet, the messenger of the gods, who gives you high intellect and high communication skills. And Sagittarius, of course, has the swiftness of the arrow. And here's the 8 wands wandering around there. This woman is flying. Got some vines around her, and she's being assisted here by So what is that sort of creature, like another sort of bird-like creature that's about? But this is saying move, do it, get on with it. Because the message here is that you need to be taking quick, direct action. And if you do use direct, quick, communicated, focused words and writing to people, you're going to be overcome any obstacle or misunderstandings. This energy is really electric. It's like a lightning rod of intensity. It's a sudden, active power, this one here. It's like a shockwave that comes through. And you should prepare yourself, I think, for this increased movement, because events are going to be moving very fast. And you may find it difficult to catch up with them unless you stay up with them. However, don't disrupt this flood of energy, because you'll change it, you'll push it away from you. Ride this wave and keep a clear vision of its conclusion. Now, this is definitely saying that now is the time to move. Having developed your ideas, as you've done down here, drive forward quickly and with directed energy. I think you could also soon meet people or situations which will increase the speed of your life. You might experience or come across something enlightening, or a friend might actually help you find out how to solve something which completely alters the way that you look at a situation, and it allows the really quick sorting out of that situation. Now, as far as relationships are concerned, this may well indicate a whirlwind romance, sudden and intense passion, feelings of euphoria, or even of, nothing wrong with it, of lust. Well, what is coming up next? Now, if you do take your direction and your quick action focused to put in place those things, you're going to end up successful with victory. And if we have a look at this woman here, that's exactly what she is celebrating, isn't she? Here she is in her gown, surrounded by some other women who look to be pretty envious of her, to be frank, and eating the fruit as a result of victory, and she's standing in the circle of victory itself. Everything around looks bright and happy. Well, the astrology here is not surprising, because what I'm getting here is Jupiter in the sign of Leo. Now, Jupiter, of course, as you know, is the great benefic. It's the planet of expansion, of good luck, to put it mildly. And it also is about consolidation. It's about consolidating things that have been worked on to date and bringing them together. Make sure everything's working before it moves on. And in Leo, of course, well, Leo is governed by the sun, the source of all energy, representing, metaphorically, the source of the divine in astrology. Now, the sun and Jupiter actually are very closely linked with one another. This is talking of, for you, really a magnificent victory, also high self-esteem. It can indicate that there is going to be a victory which is just on the horizon, and now is the time to strike towards that goal, that triumph, and earn what you deserve. You're going to be very optimistic. And this is going to increase the certainty that your goals will be reached. New opportunities are opening up around you. And you're going to win a position. You're going to overcome obstacles. You're going to be granted the rewards for your past efforts. Now, of course, you're going to feel good about what you've done, what you've achieved. And you've reached a place now where you can obtain the prize. You become a channel for the cosmic energy, and that's going to be in balance with your emotions and your intellect. And your creativity, which comes from Leo, is just going to enhance your earthly existence. And this energy can flow perfectly with your emotions, and this includes love for other people and your desire to strengthen and inspire them. And it doesn't conflict with your life here, but it is invigorating your body with health and happiness. Now, in relationships, I think this can signify a successful union. There's an overwhelming joy here. Emotions might well be intense, but they are governed by the really good and benevolent energy of Leo and of that of Jupiter as well. And these, Leo and Jupiter together, are bringing wealth, light, love, and prosperity. You're going to feel that things are really good. I think this does mean a victory after some aggravation in the past. It could also refer to a promotion. You could actually be recognized by many other people for things that you do. This is really a symbol of the magical creative power within you and your ability to fix your will on a goal and follow it through with great skill. This is here. And it's like there's a fire burning inside of you. And there could well be a psychic sensitivity here. Now, like the sun is self-sufficient and all-encompassing. Well, this appears when you have been working hard towards a goal and success is finally within reach, and the recognition that you have sought is now being granted. You will be able to trust your power and push forward into victory. It's time to stand up for your truth and assert yourself by becoming aware of the fears in the past that prevented you reaching your goal. It's time to banish those fears and step boldly forward and claim your prize. And then finally, what do we have? Oh, look at this guy. Hello, King of Water, King Fire Water mixture there. Would be quite volatile. This is someone, now you know that these court cards could be male or female. What's going on in the painting? Well, here is a guy who's sort of standing up on something here which is above a city that's below him. And so he's got a moon for a head. Now, just as the moon is not the source of light, the sun is. This king is not the source of light, but a reflection of it. Now, the energy that I'm getting around this, these people are going to be important to you, I would say, are Pisces and Aquarius. This King of Cups down here under this 8 and across from the 3. I think this is somebody else. I think this person is sensual, mysterious, but very hard to pin down or put your finger on. This is someone with commitment issues. And because he is, as I say, a mixture of fire and water, this is someone who might be battling their inner demons. But he could be very enchanting. He's got a very good imagination, I think, and he's going to beguile you with poetic words and inspirations. He's elusive, very seductive, but ambiguous, I really think. But someone who's able to and wants to change things around to suit themselves. This may well be someone who's not in your life for very long. His name is written in water, and deep down he is shallow, I think. His mysteries are dark and testing. But there's a very enticing eroticism about this person that is at the same time both sultry and sinister. They can be very deeply sensual and romantic, even hedonistic, I suppose. And you might feel as if they have cast a spell over you. Very enigmatic. May well be someone could be from out of the arts, I don't know. I'm just getting a feeling of arts around here, I must say. This is somebody also, I think, who has got inner demons. He is capable of high spiritual achievement, funnily enough. But that kind of comes about accidentally. This is somebody who is at worst faithless, fickle, a person who is very attracted to excitement, and somebody who can be consumed by an almost crazy interest in a particular person or situation. They're not dangerous, one thing I'll say about that. They might well break your heart. They don't care about that because they are ultimately unreliable. So watch out for them. What a great spread of cards for you. And you did a great job. Well, I said that was an interesting deck, didn't I? And didn't you find it so? I think that this artwork on here is pretty good. Or, I think it's pretty good. I don't say that about a lot of tarot decks, but I enjoyed this and it certainly spoke to me, and I'm sure it spoke to you as well. Anyway, unless I see you privately for a reading or for healing, then I'll see you again here in a month's time, next month. So, until I do see you again, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.